Okay guys, I have a super quick finds video for you today, a thrift haul. The family and I went out to, if you saw the last video about the mid-century, awesome find. So we went to that same thrift store because the coat I told you I had to drop off at the dry cleaners, I had to go pick it up. It had been 2 weeks, but with all our snow and craziness, I hadn't picked it up yet, but I picked it up last night, got that listed, and so good to go. Hopefully we'll see it in a sold video pretty soon. So anyway, we just decided to go as a family, so we all went together, and so I just wanted to show you real quick some of the things we picked up, because of course we can't go to the dry cleaners without going into the thrift store next door. And then we hit Goodwill on the way home as well. We hadn't thrifted for a while as a family, so it was kind of fun. So let's start off right away with some hard goods. I think that's what we'll start with. And I'm going to talk about some discontinued makeup items. I picked these up. They're by Sally Hansen. They're called Corn Silk, and they're loose powder. They were a couple bucks each. I just decided to look them up real quick. It was really hard to find anything in the store. I saw somebody's listing, not a sold, for 40 something on Google. So I was like, you know what, $2 each, it's worth a chance, especially when something's discontinued. So I did this morning real quick look, and this one, it's got no color, and so I did a search on Terapeak, and I'm gonna try not to hit the table. This is another story I'll tell you later, but I have a new thing holding my phone. Thrifted it last night, one of those ring light thingies with that holds your phone, but my table's kind of jiggly. So I'm afraid if I hit the table too much, the video is gonna be too jiggly and this thing is not gonna work. So you are my guinea pigs. We are testing it out today. Anyway, I searched on Terapeak, which is on eBay. You have access to it through your eBay selling account. And I've looked up the exact numbers for the no color, and 2 of these have sold in the last year, and that was for about $50 each. So that one's pretty good. This one's a little bit harder to find, and so it'll take me a little bit longer maybe to track it down. So we'll see if it's as good or not. This is something my husband picked up. We have done okay selling hard hats in the past. And this one is San Francisco 49ers. So it's kind of a double, it's all official. It's an official hard hat in pretty good condition. And I think he paid $5. Clothing and accessories and shoes were half off at the thrift store. She might have gone ahead and done half price on this. I didn't pay attention. But anyway, I looked at comps real quick, and it looks like maybe about $30 on that one. So that was a good pickup from hubby. I did get some shoes. Again, these were half off, so I've been finding a lot of sandals lately. So I do pick up Dr. Scholl's if they're in good condition, and I thought these were kind of interesting because they're like suede or nubuck or something like that, but the condition's really good. On the back, I know I said I was showing hard goods, but this is kind of the same difference. Size 7, and they were about $3. So I haven't searched comps yet on that, so I'm not quite sure if the suede is going to help or hurt it. But then I was excited to find these shoes. These are Tatami. And that's a Birkenstock company or brand. There's just a little bit of wear on the back, and they're a size 36. They do look like they would fit me, so I'm kind of tempted on these, but we'll see. I haven't looked these up yet at all. Just that I know Birkenstocks and their associated companies do pretty well. Those were only $3 as well. So looking at clothing from that thrift store, this is a down puffer vest. It's a good time of year to list and sell these, and the brand is Spider. You can see it right there. Here, I'll show you the logo. The spider, kind of obvious. spider right there. And this is just a medium, but it was only $4, and it looks like they go for about $30. Of course, people were asking higher, but that was in the solds. This I got, it's a sweatshirt. It's by Nike, and it's a Nike SB, which is Nike skateboarding. And it's one of the lines of Nike that it might not be crazy huge money, but it always sells like pretty quickly that I have found. And so I usually just pick up whatever I find. This one was $2.50. And it's a cross branding with Polar, which I think is I don't know. I did just quick research on this stuff. This was just last night that we found it. So like an outdoor company or something like that. So Nike SB, and that will probably go pretty quickly. And then I got this shirt, again, $2.50. The brand is called Rails, which can be pretty popular. I got this one because they do a lot of flannels. This one actually is like a linen and rayon blend. So I thought that would do pretty well. Again, didn't really look it up. Again, it's a medium, just $2.50, but a really cute check print on that one. I got this men's shirt, and again, $2.50, and it's a vintage, let me move that. It's a vintage Levi's. It has that older tag. The tag on the chest does not have the big E. It's just a small E there. But I don't know. It doesn't have the pearl snaps. It was just, it's hard for me to pass up vintage clothing. So anyway, plaid shirt, vintage Levi's. We'll see how that does. Kind of just bread and butter, nothing too exciting. And then what is this? Oh, these pair of pants were in the men's. Let me try to back up a little bit. They are by Cool. The brand is Cool, and they're actually women's. So here's the label, Cool. And that's a really good selling brand. We'll see how these do. These are size 6. It looks like they're missing a drawstring, but they're just kind of soft, like stretchy, you know, hang around the house pant kind of thing, or walking or hiking or whatever, but they've got some stretch to them. So those should probably do pretty well. So I'm thinking that is all that we got to resell at that first thrift store. So like I said, we stopped at Goodwill, and let me show you a couple things we got there at Goodwill. So first of all, I saw these. You probably saw them in the thumbnail, but these are like peacock chairs, but they're doll sized, obviously. They look like, you know, they'd fit an 18-inch doll. A lot of people are using them to put houseplants in. So on eBay, the solds are kind of looking like maybe $25 a piece. And anyway, so I'm going to put them on Ruby Lane. There's a lot of doll collectors there. And this is just the real life size peacock chairs right now are super popular for decor, and they sell pretty well. So it's just kind of a look that the boho, you know, jungalo kind of look that people are liking. So I had a coupon at Goodwill. These were originally $4, so they were about $3 a piece. And I'll probably list them separately, I think. And then this was kind of fun. This is a candle holder. You can see I paid 99 cents minus my 20% coupon. It's just this pretty metal work. And I wondered, I had a feeling it was going to be made in Italy. And sure enough, fortunately, the tag is still there that says made in Italy. And this is called tollware. So it's a very popular style that sells pretty quickly. So Italian tollware is something to keep an eye out for. Love it. And that was a good price. Less than $1 for that. I don't know exactly on comps. 25, maybe 30, something like that. I did get Sorry for the jiggling. I did get a pair of sandals at Goodwill. These are Tevas. They're size 7.5. They are already cleaned up. My husband ran them through the dishwasher last night. He had a couple other things to clean. So those are all cleaned up and ready to go. And I'll probably go ahead and just list them fairly soon, even though it's winter where I live, but it's still warm in lots of other places. Same thing with those other sandals. I'll probably just go ahead and get them listed as well. Got some clothing items there. And first one is this Champion Seattle Sonics. It's a windbreaker pullover type thing. It's a 2XL. So I was trying to look at comps. It was kind of difficult. There wasn't any. When I looked at Terapeak, there was some green ones that sold for about $50. They were a little bit smaller. So this one's black, green, and red, and it's a bigger size. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll shoot for like 65 or something like that. Oh, this is just a sweatshirt from Marmot. I got this for my husband. He was there, so he approved it and said, sure, yeah, I'll wear that. So that's just a hoodie. I don't know what it's worth because he's keeping it. This is a North Face. Looks a little bit older. It's a fleece, quarter zip, and it's definitely green. And I'm not sure exactly why I picked it up. I don't know. I think North Face might be having a little bit of a moment again. This is a little bit older, and you know, that Y2K 90s look is kind of popular right now. So anyway, I just thought I would try that. It's, again, just bread and butter type things. I like outdoor wear. It's kind of easy to list. It's kind of fun. I would probably rather do men's outerwear than do women's fashion. But that's just me. Then I did get this other hoodie. It's just plain charcoal gray, you can see, and then the brand is called Free Fly, and it's a size small. So Free Fly, it's bamboo. So it's made out of performance bamboo. So sustainable, that kind of thing. And so that's the appeal to buyers. I don't know what the, I didn't comp that one yet because, like I said, we just did this last night and I haven't really even gotten into, there's a handful of things I looked at. Now this one is a long sleeve t-shirt. It's the first time finding this brand for me that I can remember, Gymshark. I think it's a men's large. It's just a long gray tee with the spell out in the front. It doesn't look like it was hardly worn at all. So I had heard something vaguely about them faking these, but I'll just have to research that real quick and see if the brand in general got faked, but I'm not, I don't know if a t-shirt is necessarily something that they would fake or if it would just be the leggings or things like that. Okay, so Nike is pretty much everywhere. So I'm kind of, like I said, I pick up the Nike SB, the skateboarding line, and I pick up anything Nike that's somewhat interesting looking or maybe vintage looking. And so I saw this coat last night. It's a pullover again, and it's plaid and it's bright and it's orange and blue. It's a size large. I think it's a little bit older. Maybe again, Y2K. Okay, so it's got this pocket in the front and there's a big spell out inside the pocket. It's kind of like a kangaroo, well, I don't know if it's an actual kangaroo pocket, but it's a pouch kind of thing. I think kangaroo pockets come from the side. So it's like a pouch and it's got a little carabiner type hook inside. So I just thought that was attention getting enough that would sell. Then this one, this is a skirt, and I do skirts occasionally. But first off, I was looking at the print. Okay, it's like a fox hunt. And I saw the print and I was scrolling the hangers. I saw the print and I was like, please be Ralph Lauren. Please be Ralph Lauren. But it was Talbot's, which is not terrible. It's a size 18W and it's a wool skirt, which doesn't really feel like a wool skirt. It's, you know, it's very nice feeling. And it's that all over print. So very equestrian, very, I don't know, preppy and 90s and I don't know. It's made in the USA, so it is vintage. So I think that'll do pretty well. I'm thinking probably about $40 is what I'm going to shoot for on that one. This I saw, probably the last thing I found. And the brand, it's a like a waffle knit shirt, but then it's a dress, right? Or you could wear leggings underneath it. And I don't know if you can guess the brand if you're a clothing reseller, but this is Free People. And I don't find a whole lot of Free People, so I don't have a lot of experience with what would be good and what would be bad. I know some other clothing resellers have done, you know, they said Free People used to do really well and now it's slowed down quite a bit. But I just saw this. I just thought it was super cute. And I did find the style name. It's called Opposites Attract. And so it does look like I could get about $25 to $30 on that one. So I figured that was worth picking up. I didn't comp it in the store. I comped it when I got home. I was just kind of going by gut at that point. Then this one, last one, is a Patagonia. It's just a nice flannel shirt. And it's the Patagonia, it's their organic cotton. So the organic cotton pieces are okay. But it was a nice looking flannel shirt. And it's an extra large, so I decided to go for that. So I would love to tell you, like the hard goods, I could tell you what I paid for because of the stickers on them. But my Goodwill, what they do is, okay, so like the Tevas had a price tag, but we took it off. So those were $4, but I had my 20% off coupon. So my Goodwill, their clothing is based just on what the item is. So all shirts are one price and all coats are one price, which is really nice. They have upped the price a little bit recently. I noticed that they raise the prices according to the season. So coats during the off season are cheaper, and then they raise the price during the time that people are actually buying them. So I try to get a coupon usually at Goodwill. And you get a coupon by donating. So I usually have something to donate every time I go, so I can have a coupon for every time I shop. Anyway, so when you go up to the register, they just have a sheet with barcodes of all the different prices. And, you know, a lot of times I'm taking clothes off hangers, and depending on who's working, I'm like, this is a men's long sleeve, this is a woman's active wear, and I'm just kind of like helping the process go a little bit faster because I know where in the store I found those pieces, you know. So it was late at night, they were about to close, and the girl was working and she just looked like she knew what she was doing. So we were just putting our stuff up there. You know, my husband, kids had found some things for personal use and everything, so we're just kind of loading up the counter, taking things off hangers, and she's just scanning away, right? So I'm thinking, all right, she knows what she's doing. She's fast. And I get home and I look at it and I was like, it does seem a little bit cheaper than I was expecting. But I got home and I looked and she was just like scanned half my order as like children's clothes. And so it's nice that it like worked out maybe in my favor. There was a few things like that she scanned that I'm like, I didn't have 2 of those, but you know, whatever. So definitely not worth going back and trying to straighten everything out, but it's really hard to match up what she was scanning with what the item was. So let's just say most of the things I found were $5 or less. It kind of evened out. You know, the hard goods, like I said, they have price tags, and so I know what those are all about. So one last thing that I wanted to share, we did pick this up, and you'll think this maybe is kind of weird, but it worked out so perfectly for us. I won't lean on the table. So my husband found this, and it's like a little bill holder, or back in the day that you could put like little records in it, like a record holder, or it's a mail sorter kind of thing, a little spring, right? And it has those little black plastic feet. Well, he looked at it and he's like, this thing is totally broken. And it was 99 cents. And he's like, I don't care, this is perfect. Because we've sold these before, and this is just a little plain one. Well, at home, we had a more fancy one, okay? So it's got music symbol on it, and it's definitely for records. That's what it was for, but people use them for all sorts of things, and we sell these, used to sell them fairly often in our Etsy shop. We just haven't had any, there's all different styles of these things. So the problem we had, we never listed it because it didn't have the feet. So he paid 99 cents, took the feet off this broken one that Goodwill was trying to sell, put it on this one, and now we're good to go and we're all set to list it. So that was worth it. That was exciting because he said he was pricing them out, the little feet things. He was trying to find them and figure out where you could get them and all that stuff. So that solved that problem. So that was our quick thrifting trip with the family. And so anyway, just wanted to share that really quickly. If you want to go ahead, give a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. What was the most favorite thing that I found that you liked, or that you were surprised of, that possibly holds profit? So go ahead and leave me a comment about that below. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.